Alright, so it's pretty dark in here because only the one light is working. But bedroom's a little bit more clean. These are actually clean clothes, just folded that never made it up there. But I decided today I'm broke. I've absolutely got no financial way possible that I'm going to be able to pull this off. But I went today and went over to my brother-in-law's house and my sister's house and just kind of scrounged up what I could scrounge up and a bunch of shit that I had left over there and just whatnot. So tomorrow I'm gonna actually tear down the bed and I'm gonna give the bed to my niece and her boyfriend. So I'll tear that down tomorrow, and I think I think I'm gonna set up the tent right here. And if I'm able to set it up in here, it will freak you out how big this tent is. It's like gargantuan. So I'm gonna set up the tent. It's so hard to like act or not act, but like direct or interview or whatever. But let's see here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just put this over here somewhere. I can maybe fold this over. Up here. So I'm just sitting here kind of thinking. This whole idea is a couple of weeks old, about a month old, I guess. And last week I had a job for about $650, and I had somebody lined up to buy my car for another $7. So let's call it $1,500. Like I rounded up there, but give or take, there was about $1,500 coming, and that would have easily. I sat down and I put together a budget, and it was about $1,200. I think I could literally do everything I'm trying to accomplish with solar power and every, realistic amenity, and no television, no mixer, no nothing like that, but laptop and camera charger, the only two things that I needed the power for, but I had to have that. But I was just standing there, I just packed all this stuff up from the car and was just kind of thinking about, a month ago I set out, or I thought about this, and basically it was kind of a wit's end decision. Just kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired, and have either tried or haven't tried much of anything. And I'm fucking getting old. I'm 37 years old. And I think it's been, 15 years since I wanted anything, since I worked for anything, since I believed in anything, since I tried for anything. I think, for whatever the reason, childhood for me really, it wasn't crazy physical abuse, it wasn't crazy sexual abuse, it wasn't really even crazy anything. From the outside looking in, everything looked pretty normal, but for some reason, in my head, and in my psyche, and in my soul, and as my dad used to say, in my spirit, it was like the perfect storm. It left me really, really confused. And 20 years of that on my own out there in a big bad world with the gift of gab and the ability to sell, also known as manipulate and lie and kindly steal, i.e. convincing somebody to give you their money. But with that ability, I kind of turned it into a game of how much can I get and how little can I do. And so a month ago I decided to just pack up and book. And I've done this 5 other times in my life. But one time I went to Hawaii. Fucking, the story is lived on the beach, but lived in a beach shack. But, we had 4 walls and a roof and some electricity. when we paid the bill. But, you know, it could have been any kid's dream, or it could have been anybody's, you know, jumping off point and a great place to start a life. But the people that I ended up going to, you know, stay with, combined with my desire to try to find something that apparently I thought I was missing, or I was missing, you know, I just burnt that whole trip. I just did drugs, man. Just partied all night long and drug our ass down to the beach at like 6 in the morning and let the sun come up and wake our hungover asses up. And, you know, about 11 or 12, we'd start throwing around a frisbee and surfing and doing more drugs and drinking more beers and partying. Fucking going home, you know. So, I think when I originally decided to do this, it was kind of a, you know, it's one of those bright ideas that you have. It's one of those, you know, I'll do that. You know, most people bring them up when they're out drinking, and, hey, let's do this tomorrow. All right, man, let's do that. That sounds awesome. And then tomorrow comes, and they're like, what the fuck were we thinking? That kind of happened to me. But yet, I knew I needed to do it. The place that I've been living, especially for the last 8 or 9 months since Michelle left, the hole I've been in is just pitiful. It's literally pitiful. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. I wouldn't want anybody that I know to really know how I've been living, and the lifestyle and the choices and the, you know, the fear and the immaturity and the insecurities and the weakness and the fucking addiction and the, you know, quite honestly, the lack of moral fiber. And I wouldn't want anybody to know that. But I also, everything within my power that I could have tried, I've tried. I've read books, I've went to meetings, I've talked to people, I've went to church, I've come to believe I was powerless over my addiction. And my addiction being misery. My addiction that I'm speaking of is not a drug addiction. I'm addicted to misery. When pain is all you know, it tends to get sewn into the fibers of your soul. And pain has been sewn into my soul. And so anyway, you know, a week or two later when Michelle came over here, and, you know, I turned the world upside down, quite honestly, because, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't sit there and go, I'm going to go do this today. But obviously 2 and 2 is 4, and I just got scared. And I don't think I've really been able to admit that, or I think I've said it before when I was scared or when I was having some sort of a breakdown. But tonight, right now, I just realized that I was scared. And I realized that today, I'd been scared for a week. I haven't done nothing in a week. I sat and cried. You've seen the videos. And I haven't done anything. And I forced myself to get up today. I made peace with Michelle. And I didn't even make peace with her, meaning I didn't even like forgive her or anything like that. I actually made peace, meaning I made her make up. I created a set of circumstances that was so easy for her to just come back and, you know, just be normal again, because I'm trying to be normal again. And she wouldn't have been upside down if I wasn't upside down. But I just realized that. So this morning I made sure that I had a plan today. I wanted to get rid of all my tools. I've been I've been a white collar guy my whole life, work wise. I've always prided myself on wearing a blue collar in a white collar world, but I was always in a white collar business world. In the last year, I've been pounding nails and working as a day laborer and picking up side jobs, being a scab, just, you know, scrounging up whatever I could, working hand to mouth, or living hand to mouth, and working from one week to the next, not knowing where the job was coming from. But they always came, and they always fell out of the sky, and shit was always easy. But I wanted to turn the page on that whole thing. I mean, I know I have to pick up one more job. I will have to. But I also needed to get that shit out of my car and get that shit out of my life, because I'm so better than that. And it doesn't mean that people that are out there, you know, construction workers it doesn't mean that I'm better than them. It just means that for me, I'm better than that. And, you know, for them, maybe they're better than that too. And if they're not, it doesn't mean they're not better. Forget it. I'm not going to try to dig out of that one. But I'm better than this. And I've paid my dues, and I deserve to be happy. So I got all my tools out of the car. I grabbed all my camping shit, and I grabbed all my gear, and some, you know, a bunch of stuff that I got from my sister and my brother-in-law, and fucking came home and started kind of unpacking stuff, and just found myself sitting here stoned, just looking around at everything, going, "You got to be kidding me! Here we go again." You know, I mean, but I got to do this. I mean, I fucking have to do this. Not because, like, I have to, like, I'm painted into a corner. I can fucking do what I wanted tomorrow, but I don't want to do anything tomorrow. And this, for me right now, is absolutely what I need. I need to go back to the basics. I'm serious, man. I'm going to bring, like, fucking the children's book encyclopedia. And I'm going to fucking read it. I'm going to be my own mom and dad, I guess. I just got to I got to take away all the distractions. I got to take away all the habits. I got to take away all the norm. I've got to take away all the failure. I've got to take away all the embarrassment. I got to take away all the excuses. I got to take away all the distractions and get back to myself. I mean, I've jokingly called this thing one man's journey to the center of his soul. But that's really what's going on here. I mean, when I come out, that's all that's coming out is my soul. And when I go in, that's all I'm going in with is my soul. And, you know, the proverbial shit or get, the proverbial failure is not an option. And my whole life, failure's been an option. My whole life, the easy way has been the only way. I've never in my entire life worked hard for anything. Never in my entire life wanted anything. Never believed that that would fill those voids that were inside of me. And I didn't know what to do with those voids. And I don't care anymore where those fucking voids come from. You'll hear me talk about my childhood or my family and my parents, but you won't hear me point fingers or being upset. I'm just drawing a line. I'm just explaining that A and B, 2 and 2, I mean, cause and effect. But my recent saying is, you know, cause and effect. I've been the effect so long that now I'm the cause. And I'm sick of being the cause. And I've recently realized that I am 100% not to blame, but I'm 100% responsible. And I have free will, and I have choices, and I can do whatever the hell I want. So I got some gear going on here. I'll show you what I got, just the details. Got the little cot bad boy that I'm sitting on right now. I'll get up, show you that when I get up. But over here we got the badass gear. I mean, this is just the coolest thing in the world. This is the brand new. This is the 3-piece Coleman brand new set that I have. And they all have their matching boxes. But this is a Coleman heater stamped 1969. And it's just this badass little heater that is brand new, in a box, never been used. I paid $5 for it. This is the Coleman Camp. Whoop, a little blurry there. This is the Coleman, the silver one is the Coleman Camp oven, which is like the baddest little thing in the world. It's a little oven. It's a little hot box oven that, if you can tell, it's got a little thermostat on it. Little thermometer, and I did not say thermometer, I said mometer. It's got a little mometer, and that is sitting on, gosh, this thing is autofocusing. That is sitting on the coolest little brand new, never been used, in a box, camp stove, 2-burner, the old school white gas one. Paid $5 for it. And that's the box for the outfitter oven. The outfitter oven, apparently, I bought my brother-in-law at a garage sale 5 or 6 years ago for $5. Gave it to him. He never used it. Sitting there brand new in a box. I swooped it up. I don't know if you can see here, but we got 3 cast iron skillets. Why is it autofocusing so bad? We got 3 cast iron skillets and a damn and a thingy. What do they call them? A griddle. I'm pretty stoned if you can't tell. I apologize for that. Over here we got a little headlamp. We got a canteen. We got 1 Coleman lantern. I got another one out in the other room. A couple of totes full of shit. A bunch of miscellaneous tent poles and tarps and whatnot. And over here we're tearing up this big monster tent. So, and then there's this thing here, which is really kind of cool. It's one of those self-blow-up mattresses. And it's on a cute little cot, which is, you know, I'll probably use it more like a couch, I would think. I have a tendency to lay down on my side, so I might, but you know what, I probably shouldn't do that anymore. Little cot. So yeah, tomorrow, next time you see this room, there'll be a tent in here. Just for fun. Bye.